working and playing basketball. Then there was a critical moment, less than 1 year into my journey. And the picture you see there on your left was a picture taken after a first really big event. It was a global convention, and I come back from that event. At that moment, I think I'm like a brand partner, I'm doing okay, and we have a great situation. So I'm on a team, I'm playing with my brother and one of our best friends. And we're 2 months into the season. We're really excited about the season. I pick up the phone. The day I come back, I call my coach, and I said, "Coach, I'm quitting." It was one of the hardest things I'd done because I'd never quit anything up to that point. I'd always wanted to be a finisher. I didn't want to give up. But I knew to make this work, I needed to commit. I needed to set an example, not only for my brother, but also other people in my team, because people follow committed people. And one of the things that I concluded after my first big event is that week in and week out, and when I was playing basketball, I was playing in front of about 500 people. But today, we're playing this game in front of 2,500 people. This is a bigger opportunity where we can make a much bigger difference in the world and influence many more people. But I had to make sacrifices. I haven't owned a TV for about 13 or 14 years. I just got a TV a couple months ago. Okay? There's no PV in TV. I quit basketball, but I also didn't go to some family dinners and family gatherings. I was working during holidays and Christmas and even birthdays. But because of that, today, every day is like a birthday. Every day is like Christmas. And when I was going through these pictures, I was trying to find photos from the old basketball days. I was like, myself and my brother, we were in serious need of some Insta-glow. We look like ghosts. Okay? And then Nicholas here looks like he's been taking about 3 tubes of Insta-glow. So this is a couple years into my business. I wasn't speaking the languages in Luxembourg, so I was like, my brother moved to the UK first. Great leadership action by Daniel. And he went to there, and then he said, "Why don't you come and support? We have some stuff going." So I said, "Sure, I'll come." And that's where he was living. And a couple days turned into a couple weeks, turned into a couple months. I bought myself a fold-out bed, and that's where I was sleeping, right in the center of that room. And you see we have our little demo station there with a product. And this was not a very nice flat. It was quite dirty. We never really cleaned it. We were in our mid-20s. And this is where we had our meetings. Right? A lot of times in this business, we have to be perfect. We have to have this event in a perfect venue. We have to have balloons. We have to have, the nice 4-star, 5-star hotel. But we didn't have any money to do that. We just started it in the living room. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to start to be great. Yes! When we did our meetings there every week, sometimes we had 4 people, sometimes we had 10 people, sometimes we had 0 people. And we just did the meetings there every day. It didn't look great. We managed to get up to about 30, 40 people, and people were looking through, the doors to try to listen in. Okay? And that's how we started. And this was a great leadership action without having a high-paying title, without having great success. We started these meetings. So you can start leadership activity, all of you, from today onwards, can start leadership activities even though you don't have maybe a big income or a big pin title. If you choose to be a leader, you can do it right now. So I want to just illustrate one or two examples. Here's Andrea. So she entered the business, and she's doing really well, inviting a lot of people. In the beginning, she was actually single, so she was also inviting, a lot of men to the presentations. My main question to Andrea was, is this guy for dating, for business, or for both? My next question was, is he genuinely interested in the business, or does he like you? Okay? Jokes aside, she did an incredible job inviting people, but after 2.5 years, she was still brand partner. The best thing she did in those 2.5 years was recruit her husband. And they decided to move back to Hungary. They moved back to Hungary. He starts leadership activities. He has live calls. She does showcase events. She brings her team to big events. She does her own events. She takes action. She takes leadership. She doesn't have a huge pin title. Her uplines did not support her. Her uplines are all Scandinavians. They can hardly speak English. Okay? Great support team, but don't speak Hungarian and did not travel. But she did it because she chose to do it. So some of you might be in a location with no uplines. I sometimes think that's an advantage because if you don't have any support, you're going to become a stronger leader. And 3 months after she came back, she became executive brand partner. Still learning these names. And another year later, executive brand director, Blue Diamond. Right. Another great example here of leadership is Emma Carpenter. She comes into the business. She is shy. She's introverted. She cannot even order her own food at the restaurant. Okay? And let alone speak in front of people. But guess what? She did it anyways. She got out of her comfort zone. She grew herself because she knew what she had to do to become successful. She was doing meetings in the basement of pubs. Okay? She was 8 months pregnant, walking around like this, presenting in front of 20 people, 30 people. And there was nothing going on in her area. And another thing about this amazing leader is that another leadership trait here is very important in our business is don't be a sponge and suck all the limelight. But be a mirror and reflect that limelight onto others. And that's one of the many reasons why this amazing leader has had incredible success. I've also had to go through a lot of development. I've also had to go through a lot of learning. I was horrible in the beginning. My first presentation, I just remember it. I was telling the person, I think you earn 5% here. I'm not sure, but I think you do. I think you earn 9% here. Let me check and get back to you later. But because I was committed, that person joined. I've had to develop myself so much. Here in this picture, this is a few months back. I never thought I would be able to do this, but I'm actually speaking on the stage in Peru in Spanish. Buenas tardes, mis amigos de España. But it hasn't always been easy for me. But the thing is that when people ask me that question today, so tell us about your challenges. What happened was that when I was going through those challenges, they didn't appear as challenges to me. They just appeared as part of the journey and part of my learning curve. I was just so happy, so grateful to have this incredible opportunity. Okay? Too many times in our business, we're not treating it like a business. Okay? What do I mean about this? Is that sometimes we have to get all the garbage away and become leaders, grow as leaders. And what do I mean about this? Is that we need to be professional. We don't need to like each other, but we just need to be able to work together. Okay? What holds us back, and what's the best part about business is the people. But what's the worst part about the business is also the people. Right? Too many times do I hear, oh, but she said this, and I don't want to work with her.
Y hunde el negocio del otro.
Oh, but this person is not like that, and I want to work with her. No.
Absorben energía y no reflejan
Is that treating it like a business?
la luz que te están dando.
No. We all have relationships. And we're all in this situation, in this business, and if you're going to do this for the long term, why don't we just make this relationship work? Okay?
Qué bueno. De verdad. Es igual que el
I'm going to
matrimonio.
do this for the rest of my life. A lot of you are as
Y
well.
los hijos.
Love your
Mi hijo
upline.
no sirve.
Love your
Mi hijo no
downlines.
quiere estudiar.
Get along with
No
them.
quiere, se la
Embrace
critica.
them. Because here's the thing, right? If you have a person that's genuinely not a good person, that doesn't have integrity, that person won't survive in the business. There's too much positivity in here, right?
Qué bueno. De verdad que sí.
So as a leader, we gotta be a bigger person, right? If you have an issue with somebody in your team, say to that person, I'm sorry, I made this mistake. I'm sorry, I can improve on this. Because in every situation, the truth is probably in the middle, right? So if you're doing this for the long term, let's get along, let's work together. Sidelines, cross lines, uplines, downlines, everybody. It's a teamwork, right? And I'm so proud to say that I have a good relationship with all my downlines, all my cross lines, and all my uplines. If you have a problem, sort it out and just move on. I'm gonna start here. But this is my journey here, okay? I'm not showing numbers like Daniel. You can multiply by couple. Joke.
Daniel es muy numérico, Daniel.
I'm not trying to make any claims here, legal guys. Okay? Here's the thing, right? Is that it's pretty flat in the beginning for about 9 years. It's pretty flat. But it did go up a little amount basically every year. Okay? What was going through my mind there? Okay? When I started, I was just so grateful, so happy to have the opportunity. Okay? Just be grateful that we have this incredible opportunity to be free, to work for our dreams. Just that alone is going to get us to the next level. And then, every year, what did I do? I checked, and I said, how did I do last year? And how am I doing this year? And if I grew by just a little bit, I was like, yes, I'm on the right track. And I bet you most of you grow every year, a little bit, or it's a little bit further along in your journey this year than last year. And if you're not, I'm sure you're a better leader, you're a better person. So be grateful for where you are. Every single person in this room wishes you were further along in the journey. But guess what? That's not going to change. And what happens is that this was my journey. So I was able to develop my leadership skills. I was able to, develop all those skills. Some of you guys are freaks of nature. You become executive brand director in a few days. What happens is you have a curve that goes like this, and then it's going to go down. And that's where you have to develop your leadership skills and your growth as a person. So the pendulum is going to swing. Either you have this kind of growth that I have, or you have another kind of growth, and then it's going to decline. You can't grow forever. Okay? So, to wrap up here, is before I could have any big success, I had to make a really big commitment and sacrifices. Before I had big growth, I had to grow myself as a person, develop myself as a person. And I think one of the best ways to develop is through doing the business. And before I could have a great income and a high pin title, I had to develop my leadership skills. And if you want to get a really high income, don't only develop your leadership skills, but be a leader of other leaders. Thank you.